Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Christian and Nate here with a
Yay!
new series.
Yeah, yeah.
We are going through Fellow Travelers, which is
Yep.
now on Paramount Plus with Showtime. I think is the official way that these things are labeled now.
Yeah.
It's Showtime's getting confusing, but it's the
Yeah.
Showtime
Otherwise, it's available also
on
on Amazon Prime through Paramount Plus or on Paramount Plus through Amazon Prime, however
yeah.
that goes. Yeah. Y'all have to
Put
forgive
in
me
the
for that.
comments if you guys want Nate to do the next show from the shower, just so he can breathe properly.
No.
We'll let us know in the comments. Thumbs
That
up
will
to
be on my
have
OnlyFans.
to have the Nate shower episode.
When Tim heard I was coming to DC, he asked me to drop by.
How is he?
How are any of us? You don't know from one day to the next who's.
Wow, he's so high strung right now.
Sorry. I'm just tired of going to funerals.
So, excuse me. The thing about like gay movies and stuff like that is that they quite often focus on the whole HIV AIDS pandemic, right? For good reason. Um, it's because it's part of our history, and it should not be forgotten. Um, but I have seen it quite a bit in
I'm
many
sure.
movies. Uh, and it does, after a while, there is this guy on YouTube who makes like the newest upcoming gay movie or LGBTQ movies, like a list, right? And he asked, like, this was one of the questions he asked, and I think his name's something like Yates or something like that. But he asked one of the questions he asked was, "Do what do you think about like movies that are gay or LGBTQ plus movies that talk about like the AIDS crisis or HIV/AIDS crisis and stuff like that?" And I appreciated that comment because or that question because yeah, like this is one of the reasons we talked about this before, but this is one of the reasons why Heartstopper was such a hit with the older gay generation, because it's not so like what they call gritty. They call it gritty. I
Yeah,
was just
heavy.
like, yeah, it's not so because it is a heavy, subject, part of history and stuff like that. Um, and for me personally, it's just really hard to continuously like see. It's just like like all these gay movies, with the exception of maybe one or two. We got to talk about this, sort of thing. And it does get tiring, like overwhelming,
Yeah.
because you're just like, this is not our this is not our only the only history that we have. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
It's a similar thing with period movies when they include, especially period movies in the US,
hmm
when they include black people, right? Like one, you
uh,
want to be in the movie,
hmm
but two, you don't want it to always feel and see like all of the oppression
yeah,
and
yep,
like it gets kind of weighty in the same way, right? Like,
yeah,
okay,
yes, yeah,
I get it, like we were slaves and people were
right,
beating on us and calling us all kind of whatever, and like it was terrible. Like I get it.
hmm
But can we tell a story that is real
right,
sometimes, but
hmm
not have that as part of it, at least not a central part of it, right?
right,
Like,
yeah,
and there's also then to take it just into fantasy, right? Like, can we just have
hmm
fantasy where, like, just like Bridgerton, right? Like, hey, it's all good, whatever. Like, it's a fantasy. I know. I
right,
don't care. It's fine,
right,
right?
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
what if it was like this? It's
right,
fine. It's
yeah,
okay.
hmm
But yeah, I get your point, and I think this show is going to. I mean, just from what I've heard of it, it's not going to be the happy heart stopper kind of situation, right?
no,
It's
no,
already about these two men that really can't actually be together,
right,
right? And they both work in politics,
yeah,
and it's back
yeah,
some time ago, right?
McCarthy days or
Yeah,
something like that, yeah,
exactly. So it's already gonna be
like
We have a new president, one who doesn't want party line thinkers or fellow travelers. Ike will
oh,
conduct
fellow
the
travelers.
fights.
Now, what do they mean by that is the question.
And
Oh,
together,
that's a look to
we will make America safe and strong again.
man.
So I wonder, was that their first meeting or did they already know each other? And they were
It looks like it was their
trying
first
to
meeting.
indicate they didn't know each other. 'Cause he's like, yeah.
He's going cruising. You know what cruising is, right?
Cruising for what?
Are you serious? Because what?
What do you mean?
That's a lot of what happened, you know? Because we just couldn't be. Oh, shoot. Okay. They just went straight into it.
Okay.
Dude, please don't punch me.
That was
I didn't know much about the movie. As you've seen, you know more about the movie than I do. Or no, sorry, series. It's a series, but like I feel like it's kind of important everything that they're showing because this is literally the stuff that we used to do, right? Like go to bathrooms and stuff like that, simply because like go to the bathrooms or like bars and stuff like that because it was illegal for us to be or like looked down upon or illegal for us to literally like imagine you liking because this was how it was also for like black and white people right back in the day.
same.
Yeah, imagine liking someone but you can't do anything about it because it's illegal, you know, like
And not only that, like dangerous.
yeah, dangerous, exactly, yeah. And so excuse me, I don't know if they use condoms there. They probably didn't, because tight knit communities and stuff like that. If you go into a store to buy condoms and the cashier knows you or the person that you around, you know, people that are in the store see you, and they know that you're married, right? Why are you buying condoms? You know, and if you're not married, why are you buying condoms? You know, sort of thing. Especially since it was like highly religious back then as well. So like I don't know. It's I don't know a rough situation. I'm glad we are have a lot of that, you know, baggage kind of behind us. But it's just heartbreaking to see that this is the stuff like you know. And this guy looks like he was trying to have a the life that everybody was trying to force him to have, like society was trying to force him to have, but also wanting to be the person that he actually is, you know. And that's like this you're fighting this um you're fighting yourself basically, you know, like you are allowing society to force you to fight yourself, and it's just a very heartbreaking situation. So
Look here, behind you. Don't stare.
Yeah.
It's Park Police. It's the end of the month. They have to hit their quota.
Quota.
I hate that too.
Oh,
Curious what you think because question, do they see each other yet?
Well, I think I forgot his name. Jeez.
I know.
So
Is it
Matt,
Tim?
whatever, not Tim, the other one, the
Right.
senator or whatever.
Yeah.
Um,
I
they
know.
said his name so many times and I totally forgot. Oh God,
I
I will.
I can't help
So
you. I can't help you. Furiously looks
anyways,
on Google.
yeah. Him, I think he does. I think he sees Tim. I think Tim doesn't really. I think Tim is looking at something else. He might be attracted to him, but he probably doesn't think he has any type of chance. Like it's probably not something that crosses his mind. And when they're talking about quota, I think they're talking about arrest quota,
Right.
but it's probably easy to find um,
Well,
arrest quota in the park. You know.
which I'm curious what he told him to be careful, right? And
Mhm.
you're literally just sitting on a bench eating or drinking milk and like reading, right? So
Right.
why would that cause you to say be careful?
Well,
Was what I
because
was thinking, right?
right, but I think it might be because it looks like that is the cruising restroom that he went into, right, the other
Okay,
night.
could be.
So a if it's known to be a place of cruising, then he's probably just like I said, this guy probably knows that Tim is interested or whatever, but he doesn't know if he's like a cruiser or not. Like he doesn't know if he goes cruising. Not all gay people go cruising, right? Um, but so he doesn't know if that's kind of his thing or whatever. So I guess that's just what he's
So
saying.
he's getting the warning just in case,
He's just shooting
and
in the dark.
hoping he figures out what he's warning him about.
Right.
If
Yeah.
he's too dense, then I'm sorry, I try to help you.
You're right. Exactly.
Because I was like, you're
Exactly.
sitting drinking milk, and you're saying, "Hey, be careful, they got a quota."
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Like, yeah, the question
On
is, what am
drinking
I
milk,
doing? Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Like
Yeah,
milk
what would I be
drinking.
doing
You want to
wrong?
explain that, sir? Like whatever could you be talking about that they would be an understanding already?
Well, so this okay. Excuse me. That makes me think of when they first met at the bar. So when okay, so I think a lot of communities have had to do this, but I can only speak for the LGBT. I can only speak for the gay community. I don't know how the lesbians did it, but like when you're picking up someone that you don't know if um, they're even gay, or if they are gay, you don't know if they're interested. They're like a number of like eye looks that you give, or sort of thing. One thing is if you see a person staring at you and then maybe look away or just keep staring at you, they're interested, sort of thing. Or if they're searching. Or like if you are drinking your drink and every time you look up, they're looking at you, they're sending you a signal, right? Just stuff like that. And that's what it seemed like he was doing when they first met, just as he was leaving, because looked he looked at him, he wasn't kind of impressed with him, probably because he was young, whatever. So he was like, "What are you drinking, or what do you want, or whatever?" He ordered milk or whatever. But as he was looking out, he had no reason to look at Tim again, right?
Right.
It's not like it doesn't seem like they were talking or they talks,
Right.
right? So the only reason why he would look at him again and tell him whatever it was is because he's interested, and Tim seemed to reciprocate, right? Even though Tim appeared to not understand, it was like, why,
Yeah.
sort of thing. So.
Yeah, this is also helpful information for me, just to make sure I don't give someone the wrong signals.
Oh, definitely.
Because
Yeah.
people get confused enough as it is. I
Yes.
don't need help. And
Like,
I'm a naturally curious person, and I'm very
yeah.
nosy. And so I might end up looking a little too long at some situations. So I'll be like, and I catch the eye, be like, like
Yeah. It's definitely, and again, it's because we just couldn't outright ask,
Yeah.
sort of thing. You can't be a
Isn't she
typist and
beautiful?
not know how to spell.
She
Right.
is. And
Oh, he's got
very
a
nice.
gun.
She tells me you're a good Catholic boy.
I try, sir.
Don't try too hard. A great thing about our religion, son, we know our sins will be forgiven. So you might as well commit a few.
Oh my goodness.
What if you were to let me kiss you? Would that be mortal or venial?
That escalated
Mortal.
quickly. So they just ignored that whole kiss situation? Like, what? Like, what if I kiss you? And then they just keep talking. And then now they're just, I'm like, wait, back up. What? Huh?
I think he probably just, I think he feels like it's like he's not ready, kind of uncomfortable, hard to get sort of situation, like McCartney, sorry. Hawkins
Mhm.
seems like in it for the long game. The way that he's acting, like he's kind of looking at him. He's like,
Right.
okay, if he didn't give in, he's going to eventually kind of give in, sort of thing. I thought his favorite was going to be like, dude, I just got you a job. You better pay up, sort of thing.
Right.
But he asked him for information,
I mean, I
which
think it's probably both.
and he sat back down.
Pull him off.
This is just
A
so
super Negro. I mean,
this is all so
but like how he
awkward to me. Like all of this is so awkward to me. I
Really?
couldn't do this.
like what do you? I'm
Like
Sure.
it's
like, how would he
it's-
know this? Like,
like
I'm just, and
it's
he's
so
just
much,
like doing it.
it's so much
like,
light. It's too much. It's too much for me. Like you barely know the person. It's too much. It's too much light.
Well,
It's too
this is the
much.
wait. Listen, I'm gonna pause it. I know we shouldn't, but like,
Right.
I'm gonna pause it real quick. Wait,
I can't.
I don't know how he called that situation. Like, I wouldn't have been able to call that. I knew because I knew from the
Right.
trailers, whatever. But like this, like I thought that there was gonna kind of like there was a development. Like they would be talking about this and
Right.
just like, oh yeah, I kind of like it like this. I like to be dominated a little bit. No, but we saw that he like punched the other guy that he was having sex with,
Yeah, he
like
did.
whatever. So. But like, how would he just know? Like, how would you just know or just assume that this is the? I don't know. I
The
like that's some
whole
ball,
thing
right?
to me, like I guess I have such a fear of rejection overall
Mhm.
that there's too much ambiguity in this for me to proceed forward at all. Like I would never be in a situation like this. It just I don't know. It's just I'm like I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it.
Yeah. Well, he did ask if it was okay. Like he stood up in front of him and he asked if it was okay.
Right? Is
You
what
know?
okay? Right? Like he
Yeah,
literally stood
but
up in front of him. Was like, is this okay? He's like, yeah.
yeah,
Like,
but
he's like,
I
all right.
think
Yanked
the
him up. Like
signal was.
I was like, wait, that's not what I meant. I thought you meant is you standing there okay? What are we doing?
So, but the handkerchief code was at the time. Now it's just like a plethora of colors, but at the time it was just a number of colors of handkerchiefs that you would hang out your back pocket to signify something. Like gay people would do this, right? So if they were like, I forgot, like I think the the black handkerchief was for Dom, if I'm not mistaken, um, or Dom or sub or something like that. Like you like SM, I think it was, right? And you hung it out the right pocket if you were kind of like a top, in the left pocket if you were a bottom, sort of thing. So,
Man,
and
I
they
have to
had
be
this for
careful with
everything.
handkerchiefs. Although I don't
Oh,
usually use
definitely.
handkerchiefs,
Yeah,
so
no one
I'm
uses
probably
it.
safe.
I mean, I never did it, so I'm just me neither. I don't like handkerchiefs. That's just disgusting. If you're blowing your nose on it.
Oh yuck.
Yeah, don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's complicated.
Hawkins, he's not getting better.
There's no getting better. Our government is letting people die.
I'm gonna give you his address. 1209 20th Street, apartment 3.
I am not a feet person.
I am a socked foot person. Why don't you take that off?
It's like, oh.
I lose all. I lose all interest.
Open up.
Yeah, sucking toes. No.
Oh, they did that. I applaud. Oh my goodness.
Now show me what my boy really wants.
I applaud both of them for doing that
Good
on
gracious.
TV.
We belong to the same club.
Have the two of you?
In one respect, we're perfectly suited to each other.
How?
We prefer sex without emotional entanglements.
He's trying to give him a message.
You've been warned.
Oh yeah, he was.
Yep.
Well, people have a habit of not being honest with themselves.
Yeah.
Like it's a thing. I feel like it's really kind of like I feel like people have not learned how to be honest with themselves. Like they haven't learned to. I mean, that makes sense. Just given our conversation about the fact that humans, a lot of people just refuse to think now. They go on emotion. So, but if you did just sit back, think, um, to yourself, you don't have to do a lot of. You don't have to do a lot of thinking. It comes pretty easy when you ask yourself these questions, and people could call them the hard questions. They're not hard questions. You just don't want to know the answers to the knowing the answers to them means you have to admit something that you don't technically want to admit. Yeah,
I don't know.
I could
That's how I
see
feel
that.
now.
Yeah.
I think so. All right. Well, now that we got a break, let's quickly say thank you to our patrons over at
Yo.
patreon.com/unofficially opinionated.
Yeah.
You guys help make this happen. Special thanks to our visionary level folks, Babs, Kate, Hot Space, and Abby.
Yes.
They're the visionary level, so they get to hang out with us in Discord,
Mhm.
which we go in there, we talk about the shows, we try to not spoil things, but now that we finished Good Omens, we're all about spoiling. So
Yes. Unless,
but
yeah,
yeah.
so they know also, the shows that we're going to be doing and the stuff, like they get kind of a heads up,
Yeah, we
before
talk about
everyone else.
upcoming things. They gave me advice on some thumbnails and all kind of stuff.
Yeah,
That's kind of our
it's a
our
community.
support group, our community. They kind of, help us with the just direction of the channel. So if it helps
Yep.
us to go to just the expenses of, editing software and software to record this and, microphones and all kind of stuff. So
Yeah.
we're trying to get better. And so as
Mhm.
we get more support, we can get better. We can get better cameras and get someone to edit it for us, all that kind of fun stuff. So yeah, we
Yeah.
appreciate you guys.
And if you want to see better editing, yeah, please support us, guys. Because I know my editing skills are like mediocre. I improve. I've seen some improvement, but like when
We
you're,
are getting better.
someone who has that skill will really just, so
Yeah. I mean, if you want to see us do a lot more content, that's one way because, doing all the things does
yeah,
make it so that we can't really do as much content because the more content we create, the more work there is to edit.
right,
Right.
exactly.
So
Yeah,
it's like we could watch 10 episodes in a week, but then who's gonna edit all those?
right,
Like
exactly.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
So hey, but again, thank you for supporting. And if you can't do any of that, we always covet your likes and subscribing and notifications. That helps as well. So,
Yep,
yeah, we love you guys. We appreciate you.
we do.
Thanks for being here.
How am I supposed to live with myself?
Christ, George, how the hell do I know?
Oh, heartless bastard.
The executive order that President
Like-
Eisenhower will sign tomorrow will expand security investigations to all branches of government, facilitating the coordination of the efforts among various agencies, including the State Department's M Unit, the FBI's Sex Deviance Investigations Unit,
Oh, that's the name of it.
and the Washington, D.C. Police Sex Perversion Elimination Program.
I'm in San Francisco.
San Fran.
I'd like to see you.
I love San Francisco.
I'm calling from a diner just down the street from your building. If you were able to see me, would this be a good time?
Yeah, probably.
Even though he doesn't have the religious issue, he has the career issue.
Right, the moral issue. Or what they consider a moral issue. Well, that was the first episode of Fellow Travelers. I think we're probably going to do review for it.
Yeah.
So you'll get to see how we feel about the show. And it is a show. I keep thinking it's a movie because it's kind of long, an hour for for a show, but it is an actual show of 8 episodes. So tell us what you all thought about the episode.
Yeah. Let us know if you like the
And
reaction. If you want
yeah,
to see more episodes of this,
right?
or if you don't, keep it to yourself.
Right. I was gonna say we don't care, but
Keep it to yourself. If you want to see more, let us know in the comments. If you don't, silence is enough.
move on.
We understand. Keep it moving.
All right.
But it's true.
It's true. It's funny because it's true.
Exactly. All right. Well, until next time.
Yep.
Thanks, folks.
Ciao.